the Grim Ripper. It is Saturday evening and it is time for our Saturday Skirmish. I'd like to thank our three contestants who signed up for this week. We have Muskoka Cards, Debbie O, and Steve Rademacher. All three of these people are double champions of the Saturday Skirmish. So before we move any further, I just want to give you the standard reminders. If you like this particular video, make sure you hit that like button, share this video with your friends so we can attract more people to the channel. We're really closing in on the 250 subscriber mark. And as you know, once we hit that mark, we are going to give away a 1958 Harmon Killebrew PSA graded card. So let's get these videos shared out there so that more people will subscribe. All right, let's get started. With only 3 people today, what we're going to do, I've already randomly chosen the seeding order. We have Muskoka Cards and Debbie O battling it out in the first round. Steve, you and I will have our own little battle here. Win or lose against me, you will move ahead to the second round to face the winner of the first battle. So what you'll get battling against me is the chance to win a prize in the first round. I wanted to make sure that anyone who's battling in the first round has an opportunity to win the prize. So we will start with our first battle between Muskoka Cards and Debbie O. The winner of this battle will move ahead into round 2, which in this case is the championship round. Once we finish with the Muskoka Cards and Debbie O battle, we'll move on to myself and Steve. And to give us a little more play this week, we are going to do a best 2 out of 3 in each of the rounds. What that means is in the championship round, I will provide some additional packs of 1989 Topps, which is what we're using today. I'll provide some additional packs of that for the second round. So basically, each of you, Steve, Debbie, and Muskoka Cards, you'll each end up with, at a minimum, 6 packs of the Topps baseball cards. That way, you're covered for the whole game. All right? So let's put myself and Steve off the board for the moment over here. We're going to have Muskoka Cards to my left. Here are your 3 packs. And Debbie O to the right. Those are your 3 packs. And let's get this thing started. So in this first round, we are going to look for the most strikeouts by a batter in their career. So that's going to be the first stat today. So let's rip into these packs and get the battle underway. Most strikeouts for a batter. Remember, we're going to do best 2 out of 3. So we'll be opening all 3 of these packs in this round for each of you. All right, most strikeouts for a batter in a career. Let's get these going here. All right, Muskoka Cards. Looks like you've got a Brady Anderson, a Don Zimmer. There's a Mariners leaders card and a checklist. Got a pitcher there, Joe Hesketh. Mickey Tettleton, I think he had a pretty long career at that point maybe. Now he has a few stats. Kirk Gibson All-Star card. Nice Hall of Famer there. Steve Trout is a pitcher. Whitey Herzog is a manager. Ken Gerhart. Kurt Ford. Kurt Wilkerson, Ernie Riles, Tom Herr, and Jim Adducci. So let's see which of these folks has the most strikeouts in their career. Jim Adducci is a first baseman. He has a total of 23 strikeouts in his major league career. Tom Herr, 435. That's your best number so far, 435. Let's see if anyone else can beat that. Here's a third baseman, Ernie Riles, with 240. That won't do it. Kurt Wilkerson, 241. Kurt Ford had 88. Ken Gerhardt only had 128. Herzog is a manager. Steve Trout's a pitcher. Runs leaders, Mickey Tettleton's a catcher with 266 strikeouts. And Joe Hesketh is a pitcher. There's our checklist card. Mariners leaders card. Don Zimmer manager card. And that Brady Anderson has 75. So your number in this first part of this first round, Muskoka Cards, is 435 strikeouts for Tom Herr. All right, Debbie, let's see what you can do. You need to beat 435 strikeouts, career strikeouts for a batter. Let's get this going here. Okay. Get a little focus going. There we go. Got Jack Morris, Carmen Castillo, Charlie Pelayo, Tony Fernandez, Tom Niedenfuhr, Mike Kingery, Jim Snyder, manager, Luis Salazar, and Andy Benes, number 1 draft pick, Jeff Robinson, Wes Gardner, Mike Greenwell, All-Star, Will Tejada, Neil Heaton, Jack Lazorko. All right, 435. Let's take a look. Jack Lazorko is a pitcher, so he doesn't count. Neil Heaton is a pitcher. All right, here we go. Will Tejada. This is his rookie card, so he only has 12 strikeouts in his Major League career. Wes Gardner is a pitcher. Jeff Robinson is a pitcher. Andy Benes is a pitcher. Luis Salazar, strikeouts, 458. That will do it right there. Luis Salazar, third baseman, has Major League strikeouts of 458. So, Debbie, you have taken the first battle in the first round. So, Debbie, you have won so far. All right, the next statistic that we're going to use is going to be a pitching stat. Most career wins for a pitcher. Most career wins. All right, Muskoka, you need to get a big, big number here to protect yourself. As if you lose this round, you're eliminated from the competition. So let us see if we can't find some good pitchers for you with a lot of wins. Start out here with Scott Sanderson, Andy McGaffigan, Rick Honeycutt, Kevin Elster, Bill Long, Damon Berryhill, Darryl Miller, Doug Drabeck, Doc Edwards, Tony Phillips, Rich Yett, Tom Brookins, Israel Sanchez, and Larry McWilliams, and Steve Jeltz. All right, how many pitchers did you get here? Jeltz is a shortstop. Larry McWilliams, 74 wins for Larry McWilliams. So 74 is your number for the moment, Muskoka Cards. 3 wins for Sanchez. Brookins is a third baseman. Rich Yett only has 17. Phillips is a second baseman. Doc Edwards is a manager. Doug Drabeck, 33 wins. Darryl Miller is a catcher. Damon Berryhill is a catcher. Bill Long, okay, Bill Long, 16 wins for Bill Long. Kevin Elster is a shortstop. Rick Honeycutt, there we go, wins. 93 wins for Rick Honeycutt. That's going to take McWilliams off the board. Rick Honeycutt had 93. Andy McGaffigan at 31. And Scott Sanderson at 87. So your number is 93 career wins with Rick Honeycutt, Muskoka Cards. All right, Debbie, here's your pack. You need to beat 93 wins to stay alive in this first round. Let's see what we can find for you in your pack here. Who will we have? We've got a John Smiley. There's a record breaker card. Checklist. Terry Pull. Scott Lasater. Chili Davis. Terry McGriff. Glenn Wilson. Donnell Nixon. Mitch Webster. Neil Allen, Bob Brower, Fernando Valenzuela, Danny Darwin, Steve Trout, and that's going to be your last card. Let's see what we've got here. We need to beat 93. Steve Trout has 84 wins. That won't do it. Danny Darwin has 89 wins. I knew Fernando Valenzuela was going to have quite a few, and he's going to do it for you. He has 118 wins in his career. That's going to knock Mr. Honeycutt off the board. And Debbie, that means you have won round one. You are on your way to being a triple champion in the skirmish, moving ahead to round number 2 with your Fernando Valenzuela's 118 wins. Sorry, Muskoka Cards, that eliminates you from the competition in best 2 out of 3. So you have one unopened pack of cards that will be coming to you. And as a runner-up prize today for you, I'm going to send you this pack of 2020 Archives Baseball. So we didn't have very many people playing today. I'll go ahead and send out a little bit of extra stuff this week. Hopefully we'll get some more people next week. That would be awesome. All right, Debbie. You are moving ahead to round 2. We'll just put your pack of unopened cards with your stack over here. Set that off to the side while Steve and I battle it out for a couple of minutes here. All right, Steve-O. Round 1. I'll be on the left, you'll be on the right. For this first one, we're going to do a pitching stat. And we are going to do most games played by a pitcher. Most games by a pitcher. And I'll be the first one since I'm on the left. We'll open my pack first. Let's see who I can pull here. We're going to have a leaders card. Tom Bolton, Mike Harkey, Ted Power, Mike Schooler, and an A's leader card. Mike Lacoste, Marvell Wynn, Lee Hamaker, Bobby Witt. Looks like you have a few pitchers here. Oral Hershiser, Bruce Benedict, Jose Cesena. Man, this is a whole pack of pitchers. Dan Plesac, Kelly Gruber, and that's the Tigers card we started with. Kelly Gruber is a third baseman. Dan Plesac played 158 games. That's your high number right now, 158. Jose Cesena only has 22 games. Here you go. That's a catcher. Never mind. Oral Hershiser, he has a few games, 196. So that's going to be your high for the moment. Bobby Witt, Lee Hamaker has 171. That's an outfielder. Mike Lacoste, 339 games. Mike Lacoste is going to be your leader at this point. Mike Schooler, 40 games. Ted Power, 324. Mike Harkey has 5 Major League games. Tom Bolton, 57. Tigers leader card. Kelly Gruber's a second baseman, and that's it. Mike Lacoste, 339 for me. Actually, I'm on the left. 339 for me. Let's hope you pull a Nolan Ryan. I'm wishing a Nolan Ryan upon you, because by the time 1989 rolled around, Nolan Ryan probably had 3,000 games under his belt. What do you think? Nolan Ryan. He has to beat... See, you need to beat 339. There's Luis Rivera. Checklist. Felix Fermin. Gene Walter. Darnell Coles. Sid Fernandez. B.J. Surhoff. Cecil Fielder. Yvonne Calderon. Dwayne Ward. Bruce Sutter. He has to have a lot of games under his belt, because I think he started in the 70s. So that might be your best chance right there. There's Hall of Famer Alan Trammell, Andres Galarraga, Gary Ward, and here we go. I think that Bruce Sutter is going to take you home. All right, Gary Ward's an outfielder. Andres Galarraga is a first baseman. Alan Trammell. Heck, we don't even need to look at Bruce Sutter. Alan Trammell started, his stats started in 1977 on here. He has 1,568 games. So that is going to take you to the promised land. That's twice the number of games, more than twice the number of games that Bruce Sutter had. Actually, Alan Trammell's a shortstop. He's not a pitcher. Dang it. Why do I do that all the time? My guy is still up here, but he just got beaten. I knew it would be Bruce Sutter. He has 661 games as a pitcher, so you still beat me with Bruce Sutter. There's the man right there, Hall of Fame Braves pitcher. Gives you battle number 1 of round number 1. Let us see what we're going to do for battle number 2. Let's do the top stat of everything. Highest batting average, highest career batting average. Let's see who I have in my pack. Highest career batting average is what we're doing. Let's see. Dave Winfield, Hall of Famer right there. Alejandro Pena, Norm Carlton, Gary Varsho, Eric Plunk, Greg Cadaret. There's the Indians. Bill Duran, Kurt Manwaring, Terry Mulholland, Charles Hudson, Paul Kilgus, and Mike Dunn. Got Rene Gonzalez, Bobby Valentine as a manager, and back to Dave Winfield. Okay, let's see who I have in the way of highest batting average. So there's a 218. That's my highest so far. Rene Gonzalez has a 218 Major League career batting average. Pitcher, catcher. There's a 244. Kurt Manwaring. That's my high so far, 244. Bill Duran has a 272 average. He's my high so far, 272. And do I have any more hitters? Gary Varsho has a 274. Barely beat that 272. So there's a 274. Everybody, oh, who's this? Dave Winfield. Major League total 287. Wow, that's small. 287 right there. So that's got to be my highest one. Hall of Famer Dave Winfield at a 287. Let us see what you can pull, Steve, from your second pack to see if our little competition will continue to another round or not. You already have battle number 1 under your belt. You just need to come up with a big hitter right here. Marvin Freeman, Mario Diaz, Don Paul, Gary Carter, there's a chance there, Mike Bilecki, turn back the clock, Tony Oliva, Herman Gonzalez, Brett Saberhagen, Bo Diaz, Ron Darling, Dave Cohn, Jose De Leon, Dave Dravecki, Rick Roischel, Jody Reed, and that's our last card. Okay, you need to beat a 287. Well, you're just going to do it right there. Jody Reed, young buck with 2 seasons under his belt, batting a 293. So that will take Dave Winfield right off the board. You have taken round 2 with that average right there. That was a good one to get because you had a pack of pitchers otherwise. Yeah, that entire pack, 90% pitchers. And Gary Carter, the one that I thought had the best chance of beating my guy, only had a 267. So there you go. And Mario Diaz, definitely. In fact, Mario Diaz, that's a 305. Wow. So yeah, 305 is your big one. At any rate, you have taken battle number 2. We have to break this tie. Here we go. We are going to do, how about most home runs? Most home runs to determine the winner between myself and Steve. Who do I have in my pack that has a lot of home runs? Come on. Scott Bayless, John Tudor, Al Nipper, Orestes Destrade, checklist, Glenn Hubbard, Mike Campbell, Bruce Fields, Jack Clark, Jim Gantner, Moose Stubing as a manager, Russ Nixon as a manager, Manny Lee, Frank Williams, Rick Mailer. Back to Scott Bayless. Okay, who are my hitters? That's a pitcher. That's a pitcher. That is 4 home runs. Yay, 4! That's my high so far. 4 home runs. Jim Gantner has 44 home runs. Jack Clark, 256 home runs. Bruce Fields, 1. Pitcher, second baseman, 67 for Glenn Hubbard. Here's a checklist. Destrades has 1. Al Nipper's a pitcher. John Tudor's a pitcher. Scott Bayless is a pitcher. And Mailer is a pitcher. So my number is 256. You need somebody with more than 256 home runs to take home round 1. Let us see what you can do. There's a Dave Gallagher, Gold Cup rookie there, our All-Star rookie. Doug DeCenzo, Scott Medvin, Tommy Barrett, Doug Jones, Padres leader card, Dave Bergman, Teddy Higuera, Jeff Robinson, Ozzie Smith, Hall of Famer Ozzie Smith, Tim Leary, Scott Bradley, Jim Clancy, and Charlie Huff. And there's Tim Belcher again. Well, that's not again, but another All-Star rookie. Here we go. Tim Belcher is a pitcher. Charlie Huff is a pitcher. Jim Clancy is a pitcher. Scott Bradley, 14 home runs. Tim Leary is a pitcher. Ozzie Smith. Oh, I thought he was a more prolific home run hitter. I guess he's not. 16 home runs. It's like he was more a singles guy. 1,506 singles there. So Ozzie Smith won't do it. That's a pitcher. That's a pitcher. Dave Bergman, 37 home runs. Padres leader card. Doug Jones is a pitcher. Second baseman Tommy Barrett, no home runs. Medvin's a pitcher. DeCenzo, 0 home runs. Dave Gallagher, 5. That will do it. It looks like I win round 1. But as we said before, you get to move ahead anyway into the next round. And as your runner-up prize, I'm going to let you have my stack of cards from that round as well. So you will have quite a nice stack of 89 tops. And I noticed quite a few A's players and a few Hall of Famers as well in that stack. Okay, Steve, as you were waiting around in the second level here to go up against Debbie, let me grab the extra packs we need for this battle. Sorry, I forgot to grab these originally. Here we go. Best 2 out of 3 in the championship round. Here we go. We're going to do something a little different this time. This first one is going to be highest card number. Whichever pack has the highest card number will win the first battle of this championship round. Debbie, you're on my left. Steve, you're on my right. So, Debbie. Bautista, Righetti, Johnson, Beaver, Lake, Clear, Joe Carter, Flanagan, Gaetti, Woodson, Hillegas, Brewers leaders, Dave Leeper, Sherman Corbett, and Todd Worrell. 535 is your top card so far. There's a 759. I think these sets are 790 cards. So a 759, that is a good high card to have. 759. I think that's going to be the benchmark. That is, Debbie, you have a 759. Okay, Steve, you need a 760 or higher. Let's see what we can get for you. In your pack, you have Vince Coleman, Al Pedrique, Dave LaPointe, Les Lancaster, Dennis Eckersley, Hall of Famer, Astros leader card, Ken Phelps, Jamie Quirk, Joel Skinner, Jim DeShays, color man for the Chicago Cubs, Bobby Witt, and I know he TTMs because I sent Jim DeShays a card that he signed and sent back to me. There's Oral Hershiser, Bruce Benedict, Jose Cesena, and Dan Plesac. You need a 760 or higher. There's a 740, 683. There it is, Bruce Benedict, card 778. That is higher than 759. And you have pulled out this first win in the first round of the championship. Okay. Well, let's go the other direction. Lowest card number. Here we go, Debbie. Lowest card number. Maybe you have card number 1 in this pack. Could it be that you have card number 1? Let us see. Put that to the side. You've got an Andres Galarraga, a record breaker, a Mike Harkey. This is a repeat. Ted Power, Mike Schooler. There's the Athletics leader card, Lacoste, Camposano, Prince, Harper, Lloyd McClendon, Mike Maddox and Dennis Lamp, Bill Wilkinson, Mike Birkbeck. And there we go. Lowest card number, 491, 636. There's a 39. Pretty low card, 39. See if there's anything lower than a 39 in your pack. It's not looking like it. Lots of... Oh, there's a record breaker. Card number 7. Now that is a low number. Card number 7. And that's going to be your low, Debbie. Card number 7. All right. Steve, you've got your work cut out for you in this one. If you win this one, if you've got a 6 or lower, you will be the champion. If you don't beat Debbie right here, we go into the third battle of this round to determine the winner. So here we go. Steve, let us see what you have. You have a Greg Booker, Pascal Perez, Tom Bernansky, Dwayne Murphy, Steve Shields, Nick Leva, R.J. Reynolds, Bobby Meekum, Dave Smith, Pete O'Brien, Dan Pasqua, Doyle Alexander, Hal Lanier, there's one of your A's, Terry Steinbach, Floyd Bannister, and back to Booker. All right, 7 is the number. There's a 164, 77, 500, 600, 300, 400, 658, 74, 484, 667. There's a 60, a 73, and a 319. You will not beat the number 7. You will not beat the number 7. Unfortunately. All right. Let us see what is next here. Okay. I'm sitting here flipping through cards. Okay, Steve. You won the first round with that high card. You beat her 759 with a, what was it, a 770 something. But then you just lost the second trip to her. So we are into the third round of this championship battle. And we are going to do... how about the oldest player? The oldest player in your pack. Here we go, Debbie. Oldest player. So we want guys that started playing in the early 70s. Nolan Ryan would be a good one. Late 60s that he is. Oldest players. Let's see who you've got. We have Drew Hall. He's not looking like a spring chicken. Barry Jones. Rafael Belliard. Guillermo Hernandez. Andre Dawson. Tommy Lasorda is a manager, not a player. Steve Ontiveros. Ozzie Virgil. Jose Cesena. Mike Moore. There's Mike Schmidt. He's a guy from the 70s. Let's see how far back he goes, though. Dave Anderson. Kurt Manwaring. Wally Backman. Jeff Reed. Okay, who's the oldest? Jeff Reed, born in 62. Wally Backman, 1959. Born in 59. That's your oldest guy so far, Debbie. Kurt Manwaring, young boy in 65. There's a 1960. Oh, Mike Schmidt, born in 1949. Way back in the 40s. There we go. Mike Moore, 1959. 1963 for Jose Cesena. 56 for Ozzie Virgil. 61 for Steve Ontiveros. 1954 for Guillermo Hernandez. 1961 for Rafael Belliard. 63 for Barry Jones. And there we are back at Drew Hall. So your oldest player is Mike Schmidt, born in 1949, Debbie. 1949. So, Steve, you need somebody born before September 27th, 1949. Let's see who is in your pack. Nice veteran players. Folks that have been in the game for a long time, with stats covering the entire back of the card. Got Spike Owen, Greg Matthews, Reds leaders. Jay Howell, Donnie Hill, Stan Jefferson, Mattingly All-Star card, Len Dykstra, Mike Felder, Wayne Tullison, Les Straker, so Walt Weiss, young player, Tracy Jones, Dwight Evans had been around a while, I think, at this point, Gene Nelson, and Spike Owen. All right. September 27th, 1949. Gene Nelson, 1960. 1951. Dwight Evans is the one that I thought had a chance. 1951. 1961 for Tracy Jones. Walt Weiss, 1963. 1959 for Les Straker. 1955 for Tullison. 61 for Felder. 63 for Dykstra. There's a leader's card. 62 for Jefferson. 1960 for Donnie Howell. 1955 for Donnie Hill, sorry. 55 for Jay Howell. Leader's card. 62 for Greg Matthews, and 1961 for Spike Owen. Steve, you didn't have anybody old enough to beat Mike Schmidt, born in 1949. So that means Debbie Olson has become our triple champion. She will move ahead there. Steve, you are going to go home with the stack of 89 Topps cards here, and that's your runner-up prize. Debbie, you are taking home the grand prize this week, and the grand prize consists of this 2020 Topps Baseball Update Series Fat Pack and a Topps 2020 Update Blaster Box. That's the grand prize this week for Debbie. There are those. Here's your stack of cards from the game. And there's that. So, perfect. All right. I want to thank everybody for being here and playing in this game with us. I do appreciate it. I'll get all your things packaged up, and they'll be going out early this week. So you should see, I think you'll all see these things at least by the second week of the month. Thanks again for playing in the Skirmish. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see everybody this upcoming week for more openings. Have a great night, everybody.